Grand rising, grand arrival, grand return. Peace and blessings to the righteous and repentant alike. I am Chi Sophia of the Americana Band of Indians, and this is Don't Miss It, your weekly news roundup for the week of February 3rd to February the 9th. We are going to rapid fire through the news so that you can get the most knowledge you can. And coming soon will be a longer form podcast where I will go into more of the details about what this stuff means, and we'll start back from the 21st of January moving forward. But so look for that coming soon. So on Monday, February the 3rd, Bay Area shadow cabal goes viral. Church scare trying to shake down non-attending. Oh, churches are trying to shake down non-attending members. USAID offices are closed today. USAID worldwide patronage system is a worldwide patronage system. It is USAID. People demand equitable treatment for farm animals. Think Smithfield. AOC receives USAID to start her career. Mexican president agrees to stand with Canada, then double crosses to make a deal with Trump. That was amazing to see. New Jersey governor announces he is hosting migrants in his home, which was kind of crazy. Trump creates sovereign wealth fund, really, really important. Dems protest outside of USAID, looking crazy, might I add. There's going to be a 20-year ban on deportees, which includes visiting visas, any kind of visa, 20 years. If you get deported, if you self-deport, that won't apply to you. Canada also eventually bends the knee after Mexico bends the knee. Doge is formerly the U.S. Digital Service, which was actually created under Obama. That's via executive order. That's a whole nother thing. Department of Education officials are placed on leave. El Salvador offers to take any and all violent criminals. Van Jones admits Trump is smart, which is a huge admission. USAID believes they answer to no one, which is crazy. And the U.S. Navy has laser weapons. That's formally announced. On Tuesday, the 4th of February, 2025, gematria is being used for witchcraft. We have to get into that. People are getting sick from the fog. 20,000 have taken the Trump government buyout. The SBA uses loans to buy foreigners. The staff at Politico didn't get paid after USAID is shut off. The Women's March weekly moment of silence is going to be at 12:53 p.m. on Wednesdays. It is indeed a ritual. USAID Nigeria is corrupt. There's a whole thread on that. FBI agents mad that DOJ is creating a list of those who targeted J6 folks, that's what they do, make lists. Free and slave blacks built America, both groups, okay? Drake's Anita Max tour kicks off. Obama's mother was a USAID worker. Shocking to no one. A black woman in Pakistan goes viral. Man, if you haven't seen her, she's like the queen of Pakistan. Outlier conservatives want revenge, which is important to keep in mind. There's a great thread by Occult Hours on face reading, which is called Mian Singh. Very interesting. Trump is the first president to go to the Super Bowl. USAID missions abroad are shut down as of Friday the 7th. Schumer introduces Stop the Steal legislation. What a nutcase. Black people are buying sections at Popeyes because of Popeyes Don Julio collaboration for the Super Bowl, which is, let's keep going. U.S. withdraws from Civil Rights Council of UN, which is great. Trump meets with Netanyahu, proposes Gaza buyout without telling Netanyahu first. He did not know what this man was going to suggest, which is crazy. Trick Daddy rejects Kendrick Lamar win, which is like, who asked you? I propose sending evangelicals and Hebrew Israelites to Gaza since they love Israel so much. Um, and it gives the neocons something to do, something to be involved in. A helicopter and crash had bad altimeter, meaning they didn't know what height they were at. The altimeter on the thing was not correct, and that's really what contributed to the crash of that helicopter in the previous week. Wiz does a freestyle rap over Squabble Up, which is really good. De minimis stops packages from being delivered from USPS. This is to make China pay the tariffs on these fine things because de minimis, not to de minimis gave China the ability to ship packages to America for if they were under $800 with no tariff and no tax, no nothing. And so Trump took that away. And so in order to enforce that, because they're sending it through China Post, they had to stop all the packages at the USPS, calculate how much China owes them, and make them pay. All right. CIA offers buyouts to workers. And there's an OODA loop viral thread on a strategy which appears to be what Trump is using. All right. So Wednesday, February the 5th, Mary Turner post goes viral. And if you don't know who Mary Turner is, please look her up. She was, you know, martyred, really. Anyway, China to probe Apple practices, which is fine with me. They're terrible. U.S. drafts plan to withdraw Syrian troops. A warning is issued to witches not to astral project into D.C. Trump is protected. His team is protected. Don't astral project in there thinking you're going to do your voodoo, hoodoo, magic, or whatever. It's not going to work, okay? Just a warning. Senator Cassidy strikes a deal with RFK to vote for him. Politico receives millions of dollars from USAID. $1.2 million from USAID goes to the AME Church, which we're going to talk about that eventually. 90% of subscribers to left publications are taxpayer funded, which is crazy. The U.S. Digital Services, which is an Obama executive order organization, is repurposed to Doge. I already mentioned that for Monday, but it keeps coming up because people are trying to figure out how Trump was able to do this. Well, it was already issued as an executive order. He just took it over. All right. NFL removes DEI statements from the Super Bowl field. USAID is basically funding the global left policies organizations across the planet. Argentina withdraws from the World Health Organization. The DOJ pauses all funding to sanctuary cities. 82-year-old Mitch McConnell falls down. Shocking. All right. The Bank of England gold trading at a discount. They don't have the gold. Anyway, Hillary Clinton pits a fight with Department of Transportation Secretary Duffy, which is interesting. Sundance, which you have to look him up on Twitter, proposes USAID rollout. The knowledge of it is being perception managed, meaning it's being rolled out in such a way that they can control the narrative, which is interesting. Rubio won't attend the G20 to protest South Africa and its abuses of their white farmers. USAID preserves U.S. dominance and globalism, which is crazy. U.S. government vessels can travel the Panama Canal for free now. Florida announces Second Amendment summer, which I call brat summer. I'm sorry. I had to. El Salvador pays everyone's electricity in January, their whole country, which is amazing. Trump signs pro-girl executive order surrounded by little girls, which Biden could never do without sniffing. Weed triggers schizophrenia. So if you have a family history of schizophrenia and you try to smoke, 9 times out of 10, it's going to trigger that schizophrenia, okay? Streamers are more influential than rappers. This is basically officially known. And USAID is only 1% of the federal budget. And look how they've been using it. All right, Thursday, February the 6th. This is going to be a 2-part video for my clock app, folks. Thursday, February the 6th, 2025. BBC is upset they are getting USAID cut, which is crazy. Leangelo Ball and Lil Wayne drop a Tweaker remix, which gets mixed reviews. Colombia wants to legalize cocaine. USAID funding Soros prosecutors, which you can look that up. Brazil is protecting indigenous land, which is great. USAID is funding leftist polls and BLM through the Tides Foundation. Please look them up. USAID staff is diminished to 294 people from 10,000. Crazy. Trump orders review of all NGOs that get government funding. All right. The NCAA makes no males in women's sports official. Pregnant illegals sue Trump over birthright citizenship. Trump shuts down the EPA, environmental justice, and external civil rights. As of today, 60,000 federal employees are taking the buyout. Most Dems support keeping men out of women's sports, which is all right. USDAIG ordered the killing of birds, which is why we have this huge egg thing right now. Trump orders removal of FCC chair Harry Stewart. Tuskegee pilot dies at 100. No. Trump orders removal of FEC chair. That's one thing. Sorry. Harry Stewart, which is a Tuskegee pilot, dies at 100. Homan knows who leaked Aurora ice raid. That's a story from last week. CFO for OPM resigns. USAID is paying to experiment on people, which is crazy. Reporter doxes Dodge employee Harry Balls and gets him fired. This is a whole thing. Like, this is so crazy. Pelosi gets $137 million from USAID. Shem, Ham, and Japheth are triplets. We're going to do a longer video on that. I think the Doge firing is fake. For reasons, okay? Just Dario on Twitter says that options trades are used to cover money laundering. Fascinating thought process. People from Gaza agree with Trump about the U.S. coming in and brokering the peace. 6,000 journalists and 700 newsrooms received USAID funds. Marines passed their audit again. Of course, congratulations. Trump creates council for anti-Christian bias, which is amazing. Sterling and Shannon Sharp are the first brothers in the NFL Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Steak and Shake announced tallow in Florida for frying french fries. And USAID funded Hamas tunnels, which is crazy. All right, Friday, February the 7th, 2025. Paul Ryan gets USAID, which is crazy. Of course, Happy Mayan New Year, or the Tzolk'in New Year starts today. Leangelo Ball debuts new music. Chamonix is a USAID top recipient and is tied to perception management, which is propaganda. Thepa Thurvisa in Tamil Nadu, that's the celebration going on today. The Amish rebuild 150 bridges in North Carolina. I don't even write it. In January, 1 million migrants and 8,000 Americans get jobs. 1 million foreign-born people get jobs. 8,000 Americans get jobs. All right. Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl interview with Timothy Chalamet premieres today. Trump issues executive order banning paper straws. Women are kept as slaves on human egg farm. This comes into the news cycle. The CBC, which is in Canada, is melting down over not receiving USAID funds. Peter Strzok, Reif, Melissa Hogman leaves the SEC, which is, we'll have to talk about that. Social Security to purge rolls of illegals. Trump fires Kennedy Center chairman and installs himself. Biden loses his security clearance. It's the 33rd anniversary of the Redskins Super Bowl win. Kanye comes back into the news cycle and suggests celebrities knew about crypto rug pulls. It's also the 33rd anniversary of Remember the Time music video by Michael Jackson. Vault of OMB takes over the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. CNN is kicked out from the Pentagon. Ukraine envoy is auditing the aid that's been sent to them. A black man thanks Trump for helping him get a construction job. And Scott Pressler asked for DOVE, which is Department of Voter Efficiency or Integrity. All right. On Saturday, February the 8th, 2025, Trump issues an executive order on South Africa abuses of the white farmers, as I mentioned. Trump working to close carried interest loophole, which we'll have to do some talking about. Treasury and Doge install common sense because before there was none. Literally, there was no accounting of what money was being sent out. There was no codes being put in at all. All right. Krispy Kreme gives free donuts due to PlayStation outage to keep people calm, I guess. Black pilot goes viral, and he is the lead pilot because he has 4 stripes on his thing. Japanese PM gives Trump gold samurai helmet, which is cool. There's an 8.0 earthquake near the Cayman Islands. Politico is afraid of vault from the OMB. Boomers are refusing to hand over 84 trillion in wealth, which is insane. USAID did 9/11 and lead the charge against Ukrainian Orthodox Church, which I talk about the persecution of the Orthodox Church quite frequently. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau suspends all work rules investigations. A bunch of security clearances are revoked, including for the New York Attorney General Bragg and James. All right. So, February 9th, 2025. Protestant evangelical Republicans start campaign attacking Trump gays, which is insane. Kanye goes on an unhinged Twitter rant, more unhinged than normal, I promise. Doge finds irregularities in treasuries. Trump makes today Golf of America Day. Trump is the first sitting president to attend the Super Bowl. He does attend. 3 of the North Carolina mountain mules pass away. Look them up, the North Carolina mountain mules. Really sad story. The Super Bowl commercials aren't cringe, which is amazing. The player is reading a book called Inner Excellence. Kendrick Lamar makes Super Bowl history. And Serena Williams is featured, which is amazing. And of course, Philly beats the Chiefs. So that is the news for February 3rd through February 9th, 2025. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to the channel, share it with your friends. We're just going to talk about this stuff in general. And like I said, there'll be a longer form podcast coming. So shalom, peace, and blessings, and we'll see you in the next video.